This tiny car, whom we lovingly call Slonik, took us to one of the most underrated travel destinations in the world, the forgotten empire, Hampi. This was our first proper road trip in India. By proper, I mean that we actually just kept going in the car for days. We didn't know where we'd stop and what day would actually be back home. If you are an adventurous traveler like us, road trips really are the best way to travel. You just get to see so many things you wouldn't see otherwise. You keep space for an adventure and unpredictable new experiences. In total, we drove over 1,000 kilometers and the road took us through traditional villages, farms, small towns, dense forests and hidden temples. After 2 days on the road, we finally reached our main destination, Hampi. Hampi is an ancient city spreading for over 25 square kilometers. It was the capital of the powerful Vijayanagara Empire. Hampi was the second biggest city in the world at its peak, with a population of over 500,000 people. It was the center of international trade and culture, with countless markets and temples, surrounded by fertile farms. The travelers of those times were saying that Hampi is such that the pupil of the eye has never seen a place like it, and the ear of intelligence has never been informed that there existed anything to equal it in the world. The fate of Hampi was tragic, to say the least. In 1565, it suffered a 6-month-long attack from a coalition of sultanates. Their goal was to wipe the empire off the face of the earth, and they succeeded. The city was burned for 6 months straight, and it was completely reduced to ruins. It was abandoned pretty much in the condition as we see the place today. Today, Hampi is a vast territory comprising of temple complexes and the ruins of palaces, monuments, markets and ceremonial buildings. You can spend days and even weeks marveling at the intricate work of the stone carvers, hiking around and exploring. I'm a seasoned traveler, but by the impact that Hampi made on me, I'd actually put it in the same category of travel experiences like Machu Picchu or Rome, for example. So I do believe that undeservingly, too little attention is given to Hampi internationally as a travel destination. At the same time, because of that, a lot of crowd is still kept away. And in some spots, you can really enjoy Hampi totally just all by yourself. It's incredible. It's an amazing feeling. What Hampi is the most famous for is its sunsets. Hampi is surrounded by the hills and piles of rocks. It's the reason why it's one of the world's best destinations for rock climbing. You can literally spend months climbing in and around Hampi and watch sunsets from all possible angles. Of course, with a dramatic backdrop of the temples and the ancient ruins, and that's exactly what we've been doing for those 3 days. Honestly, this was some of the most beautiful sunsets I ever witnessed in my life. It was no short of magic. And one day, something crazy happened. We witnessed a natural wonder, which most people never see in their entire life, a partial solar eclipse. What I really loved about Hampi so much is that it can be fully explored on foot if you have the time and the ability to walk. There are some gorgeous hiking trails which we were even able to do with our 4-year-old daughter, and actually not so many people know about those trails. So you will not meet many people and you will be literally immersed in the entire environment and the magic. I feel that there is no better way to explore an ancient settlement than by foot, because it's simply how most of people at those times used to move around, and you can really feel like one of them, and only then you will be able to understand the place fully. When you choose walking or riding a car or a motorbike, you really build a different type of a connection with the place, its environment and its history. Give it a try. And the environment of Hampi is truly unique. No wonder that there are so many theories speculating that the city was actually built by aliens, because how could all these massive boulders land at one place otherwise, right? Though if you're short on time, renting a bicycle in Hampi is a great option too. Hampi is in the heart of rural India. It will take you at least 9 hours, I think, to drive to the closest metropolitan city, and it definitely adds some magic to the place and to the whole experience of actually getting there and being there. At times it feels like the time is simply stopped there and you find yourself somewhere in between legends and history. Let me take you to Andriyanadri Hill, which is believed to be a birthplace of Hanuman, the monkey god. After climbing 575 steps, you reach the top, where you're rewarded with the majestic views, cool winds, and a peaceful walk around the hilltop. Hampi holds a prominent place in Hindu mythology, and it's believed that many events from Ramayana actually took place in the caves and surroundings of Hampi. It's up to you if you believe those things or not, but trust me, if you make it here, you'll understand what's so special about this place. It's just that certain things and energies, they just can't be explained. They can only be felt. We spent 3 unforgettable days roaming around the ruins of Hampi, admiring its natural beauty. We took a ride on a traditional boat, admired sunsets, and climbed countless hills. Our stay was in the village itself with a wonderful family, and we spent mornings feeding parrots and chasing monkeys off the roof terrace. And then, eventually, it was time to turn back home. But you know, once you hit the road, it's really hard to leave it. So, instead of heading west and finally getting into our own beds to sleep, we spontaneously turned south. But that, again, is a plot for a completely different story. Ciao friends, and I'll see you in the next video.